Is your mom going to be mad?
Very mad. I don't think my wife's going to like this either. It says Veritas. What does Veritas mean? Truth. Do you see these 3 books here? In the motto? Old Testament, New Testament, future testament to come when Christ returns. This is what we're talking about with Harvard University. By the way, Harvard University, let's see, let's do that.
Oh my gosh.
I think we'd go with Critical Theory
I think Will's
University.
having a harder time than your mom.
I think it should be renamed Critical Theory University.
Okay.
Because if you look it up right now, every single department has a critical theory department all over. And you know what? I don't like this Sharpie. It's not very good. I need a stronger Sharpie than that.
Okay. What other
Because it
changes
does
are we
say
doing?
Peter Brian Hegseth, degree of Master in Public Policy. So I think we're going to scratch that out. And John F. Kennedy, he was a Democrat.
Yeah.
But he would have been a Republican in today's Republican Party. I mean, he was a tax-cutting, pro-life, anti-communist, not anymore in the Democrat Party. And then I think we finish it off by saying, return to sender. Right here, and then I'll just sign it for good.
You write return to sender on the envelope, you moron. You don't just put a piece of paper in the mail. And when you put that in an envelope, they're not going to see what you wrote. Anyway, that's Pete Hegseth in what I hope we can all acknowledge is one of the saddest, most pathetic things we've ever seen on the news. That is Pete Hegseth, who against all odds went to Harvard, I suppose. And now, because he gets that his party has this fake thing of being against the elites, even though every single one of them went to schools like Harvard, every one of them is rich, every one of them lives on the coast, every one of them has a massive mansion. They have to pretend that they're against that. And so that man, and I'm giving him the credit to assume that that's his actual diploma, live on air, Sharpied it because of how much he's against the education that he got and I'm sure has been proud of his entire life. Because that's the anti-intellectual point. He doesn't want to be thrown to the wolves, so he has to pretend to hate that part of himself that he got an education at Harvard.
Which, I mean, a little bit of kudos there because most Republicans and pundits and people who make their living crapping on intellectualism and yet have gone to Ivy League elite schools just sort of keep that under wraps and hope we don't look at their Wikipedia pages. They just, and so he took it one step further. I mean, he is obviously on the phone right now trying to get a new diploma and will not be sending that back to Harvard. It is just the most beautiful, privileged fail son moment encapsulated right there. I'm gonna write on my Harvard degree that I should be so lucky that circumstance and money, or maybe a family member, who the hell knows in Peter's case, got me into Harvard. Right? Because again, no, it was all the grades. No word. It was totally his grades, 100%. Definitely wasn't money or legacy.
I have no idea.
We will see. Who knows?
All I know is he was so proud of that he had them set up a special camera in advance for him to do it, lest anyone believe that was a spontaneous thing that he actually meant. They had a camera set up to do that angle that they would never. I assume he doesn't have a crotch camera normally from over the shoulder.
That is a perfect distillation of privilege, of the ways that people who have been given things or achieved things in their life will then throw it back in the faces of everybody else and sort of crap all over it. And because they can, because he's got $1 million job as is, because he's completely fine. And so why not crap all over higher learning and Harvard and whatever? And honestly, screw Harvard. I have no real love. Although I'm sure their cafeteria is amazing.
Probably. Also, many people are wondering what the hell critical theory is supposed to be. Again, this guy got to Harvard. He doesn't even know the thing he's supposed to demonize. He doesn't know the thing that the right is obsessed with is critical race theory, not critical theory. He doesn't know. The right-wing media is so lazy, and why shouldn't it be? The people watching have no critical thinking apparatus whatsoever. They're so easy to delude. They're so easy to read. Oh God, they're so easy to just corral. Anyway, that is just, look, Pete Hegseth is not responsible for America at large or specifically American conservatism becoming so anti-intellectual. That is something that the right has been working on for decades. I mean, look, they were starting off with pretty fertile ground for that movement in America because America has never really respected intellectuals or experts of any kind. But now we're at a point where they don't trust the doctors anymore. Like they don't trust literally anyone, let alone PhDs. They don't trust that like for a very long time. Now they're doing this performative stuff of sending back their degrees. It's just so sad. Like I don't know, like in the obituary of America, this deserves at least like one little footnote, I think.
Oh, it definitely does. Well, I think anti-intellectualism more broadly is more than a footnote. The anti-intellectualism and the ways that is used by the far right and fascist nationalist movements, even though those people benefited from that exact system, are used to then dupe working folks into never achieving higher education and also to never lowering the price or let's say eliminating student debt. When it comes to higher education, it's easier to manipulate people, easier to make them worker bees for Amazon to, burn through.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.